I'm Megan
I'm Rachel.
I'm Kayla.
I'm Anna, and this is
Our
Documentary.
on
Blue Jeans.
Before we had jeans, the typical man would wear wool pants. California miners needed pants that had a lighter fabric and were more durable for the work they were doing. Because of this need for stronger pants, Levi Strauss made pants made from tint canvas. He later moved on to denim fabric by accident, but it was very durable and flexible. There are plenty of antecedents to denim jeans. For example, trousers and breeches. Wool trousers and breeches were extremely popular for many years, but in the line of work the California miners were a part of, the need for a lighter fabric with greater durability was imperative. The original pants made by Levi Strauss for miners used a tint canvas fabric that was durable enough for rough work, but wearers of these pants did not like the scratchy feeling of the fabric against their skin. Indigo dye. From the Indigofera tinctoria flower in India, this dye is easy to use for dyeing fabrics, and although used in ancient Chinese, Russian, and Egyptian civilizations, its contribution to fabrics would be its use to dye serge de Nîmes, or denim. The fabric gave denim a pure coloring and allowed for fading. Serge fabric. Twill fabric weaved with wool or silk that is usually used for military uniforms and can easily be dyed. Denim fabric. Accidentally discovered in the town of Nîmes, France, this fabric is a twill fabric that is dyed different shades of blue, originally with indigo dye taken from India. The fabric itself is considered durable and flexible, while maintaining adaptability to alterations.
Denim jeans are a classic staple in American fashion, but jeans got their start far from the fashion world. In 1853, German immigrant Levi Strauss started the production of jeans, but it wasn't until 1873 that the product got patent approved. But his story starts much earlier than that. Strauss was born in 1829 in the small town of Buchenheim, Bavaria. He grew up with several brothers and sisters, with his mother and father. Although he moved to upstate New York with his mother and siblings after his father died from tuberculosis. When he arrived in New York with his family, he met up with some of his older brothers who were current business owners to J. Strauss Brother and Company. Levi eventually joined the family business and traveled to San Francisco to become the family representative. He even renamed the company Levi Strauss & Co. in order to gain success within the business. In 1871, Levi received a letter from a Russian immigrant named Jacob Davis, who was interested in creating a new pair of pants that were durable enough to work in an environment. Therefore, in May of 1873, Levi and Jacob created the first pair of patent-approved blue jeans. The product gained massive success, and Levi was the president of the company until his death. He died at the age of 72 on September 26, 1902. He left his company to his nephew, and he became the president of it.
the first pair of jeans were not what one would call jeans, but rather overalls. Overalls were worn by workers, those who found themselves in need of a pair of pants suitable for working in mud, mines, and in factories. They were able to withstand the harsh conditions that workers had to face. Though the material was extremely durable, it wasn't always considered comfortable. In 1873, Levi Strauss branched together with tailor Jacob Davis to find a way to make the jeans more comfortable. With the collaboration of the two, they were able to come up with brass rivets. These rivets allowed for the material to be even stronger, but most importantly, it allowed for the lining to be held in place, causing for a more comfortable wear. Though the innovation was already set in motion, they still needed to legally own all the rights. On May 20th, 1873, it marked a historic day, the birth of the blue jeans. It was on that day that Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis obtained the U.S. patent on the process of putting rivets in men's work pants for the very first time. The company was growing growing faster than most expected. Even though there was a high demand for Levi Strauss and his denim jeans, Levi was still involved in the day-to-day workings of the company. In 1890, the year that the XX waist overalls was given the lot number 501, Levi and his nephews officially incorporated the company. Levi jeans were popular amongst the working class, but it wasn't until Hollywood started using them in their films that they grew popularity as fashion. In 1910, Hollywood dressed its favorite icon in Levi jeans, the American cowboy. When William S. Hart, a famous actor in westerns, started wearing Levi, America was able to see jeans in a new light. What had been originally reserved for those working in jobs in the mines, factories, and farms was now being seen as an American staple. True Americans were being depicted as wearing jeans, and that meant everyone needed a pair. American westerns dominated the American heart, telling the classic tale of the hard-working American and the classic look that came with it. This image of blue jeans did not change until the 1950s when the movie Rebel Without a Cause hit the silver screen. In this movie, James Dean is seen wearing bright blue denim jeans, a white shirt, and a red jacket. This look sparked the interest of those wishing to look like the heartthrob. This look was a staple of the era. After this movie, teens began calling the overall denims a new name, officially starting the reign of denim jeans. After James Dean's white shirt and blue jeans, another star took to the look. The only person who could top Dean's look was the equally as famous Marilyn Monroe. In 1962, America's favorite leading woman showcased a pair of high-waisted blue denim jeans in the movie Misfits. Though Monroe's look was similar to Dean's, with the pairing of blue jeans and a white shirt, Monroe was opening up the genre of jeans to women. Jeans and denim had been reserved for men, typically those who needed the tough material. But when Monroe was pictured wearing denim, it was a signal to women that denim wasn't just for the working man anymore. As the company, Levi Strauss Company, said, in the years following the movie, blue jeans became a signature garment for teens, rebels, and others. The film's title also became a prologue to another group of 1960s misfits, who would feature predominantly in San Francisco's drug and hippie scene and also dress in Levi's jeans. By the end of the decade, jeans were preferred garment of the counterculturalists, musicians, and even rock fans at mass gatherings like Woodstock in 1969. Sadly, as this was Monroe's last film, she was unable to continue to promote the wear of Levi jeans, but that didn't mean the death of jeans. In 1967, another famous lady took to the silver screen wearing blue jeans. In 1967, the movie Two for the Road made its way to America's hearts and theaters. Starring as the lead female role was Audrey Hepburn. Hepburn was a feisty, stylish young actress who plays Joanne Wallace. Joanne Wallace is seen wearing jeans, but a different cut of jeans, one that really hadn't been seen before. Hepburn wore ankle-cut jeans. The jeans stopped right at her ankle instead of continuing the length of her entire leg. The new cut created a style of jeans, one that is still popular today. Once ankle-cut jeans became popular, and different lengths of jeans became popular. Jeans cut varied from ankle to boot cut to flare. Flare jeans, or bell-bottoms, became popular with the rise of the 1970s. Bell-bottoms were unique to the hippie or countercultural movement. By the end of the 1970s, denims took to a complete 180 from the long bell-bottoms. In 1979, the movie Dukes of Hazzard aired, and the world was shocked by the female character Daisy Duke. Daisy is shown wearing very short cut-off jeans. These jeans were considered so short that they were nicknamed Daisy Dukes. These revealing shorts took the era of long jeans, revamped it, and reintroduced it as the idea of homemade shorts. Shorts took the old, worn-out pair of jeans one had in the back of their closet and turned them into a new stylish look. After the movie Dukes of Hazzard, denim jeans were versatile. Jeans were worn different ways, and the options were endless. High-waisted, boot-cut, or bell-bottom, short, ankle-cut, or the classic overalls were all styles that were available to the everyday person. When the late 1980s rolled around, a new style of denim arrived. When the rock and roll subgenre grunge came popular, so did a new trend of jeans. One of the most popular bands at this time was Nirvana. Nirvana was a grunge band formed in the late 1980s and gained popularity in the 1990s. The lead singer of the band was Kurt Cobain. Cobain was known for performing in ripped and patched jeans. This old, tattered look took and gained an interest from Cobain followers. This led to the emergence of ripped jeans with patches and holes. Cobain became the face of new grunge-style jeans. Ripped jeans started by Kurt Cobain are still worn today. The history of jeans is still impacting modern society. One can walk down the street and see one wearing any of the listed styles.
Denim has affected Americans in many ways. Over the last few decades, there have been many styles that have come from the original jean pant. Many of these different styles that were very popular during different years have come back into fashion more recently. One example of a jean style coming back into fashion is the flare jean. Flare jeans originated in the 1970s and were called bootcut jeans at the time. However, they have been adapted by becoming slimmer and being renamed to flare jeans now. Cut-off jeans that started to become popular in the late 1970s are still very popular and widely worn by many Americans today. Light wash and distressed jeans were huge in fashion wear for Americans in the 1990s and still are today. There really isn't a standard denim color that people wear for daily jeans because there are so many different styles, cuts, colors, and brands that could never have happened without Levi's original jeans. After a few years, Levi Strauss's company started to get competition and wanted to show their brand off easily, and so they added a patch with their logo to make them stand out from others. Later on, the back jean pocket also got a stitched-on logo. This branding made Levi Strauss's jeans distinctly different than other companies because you could easily see the brand, and that way they stood out from others. This kind of name branding was very important and had never been big before this. Today, you can tell jeans apart just by the logo or stitching on back pockets. You can easily tell if someone is wearing American Eagle jeans, Hollister, or Gap, and so on. By starting this kind of branding, it has impacted all of us in how we see jeans and brands today. Something else that came from the denim pants was the adaptation of denim for different objects. For example, you can go into a store today and you can find denim purses, headbands, shoes, jackets, chokers, and more. This shows that we have come very far from the original purpose of denim, which was to be a durable pant for the working men.
For more information, please see our website listed below.
Thanks for watching.